To start, I request everyone to please stand for
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come before you today with grateful hearts as we begin this pre-bidding process. We ask for your presence to guide us in every step, that all plans, decisions, and discussions may be done with honesty, fairness, and integrity. Grant wisdom to everyone involved, that we may choose what is right and just, and that this undertaking may lead to outcomes that will benefit all and serve the greater good. Help us to remain transparent and accountable, upholding trust and respect in all our dealings. May this process be smooth, orderly, and free from any misunderstanding. Bless the work of our hands and the intentions of our hearts, that everything we do may bring honor to you. We offer this prayer with humility and hope. Amen.
At this point, may I request all the Secretariat to please call the roll for attendance.
So, kindly say present when your name is called. James Elena Cabalan,
Present.
Josephine Tacho,
Present.
Emilio Moribs, Jovi Lico, Mary Noeline Racines, Pauline May Buruy,
Present.
Charmy Uy,
Present.
Divino Aini,
Present.
Jose Smiley Balistoy, Jason Lungay, Jan Kervin Balyares, Gilbert Sabandal, Virgo Amacholo, Present, and Emil Saclana. So for this pre-bidding conference for goods and services, we have a total of 14 attendees with no representative from the interested bidders and 3 out of 5 back members present for this afternoon pre-bidding conference. Back to the back chairman.
Thank you, Engineer Lino. Since the BAC is in quorum, all those who spoke our Secretariat and working immediately present, we proceed with pre-bidding conference for goods this afternoon. The pre-bidding conference will involve contract ID number 26GHA0001 for the purchase of various maintenance materials to be used for routine maintenance works on national roads within the district, with an approved budget of 3,270,719 and 12 centavos, with a contract duration of 30 calendar days. The second will be for contract ID number 26GHA0002 with contract name purchase of materials to be used for Premix patching and joint crack sealing of pavements along national roads within the district, with an approved budget for the contract of 2,817,177 pesos and a contract duration of 60 calendar days. For our basic contract data, this will be our explanation or our brief presentation for this afternoon. Basic contract data, requirements of bidding documents, criteria and procedure of eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification and award, and the documents to be submitted by the bidders. For the basic contract data, contract description, ABC, and duration, I will turn over the time to Engineer Juvi Ligong for the discussion.
Good afternoon, everyone. For the purchase of various maintenance materials to be used for the routine maintenance works on national roads within the district, we have 200 pieces of deformed bars, 16 mm, weight 46 meters. 200 pieces of deformed bars, 12 mm, weight 46 meters. 40 kilograms of welding rod, 3.2 mm diameter and 12-inch length. 40 kilograms of tie wire number 16. 10 kilograms of common nails, 1 inch. 10 kilograms of common nails 2-inch, 1,000 kilograms of nylon number 250, 25 pieces of steel tape 19 mm by 7.5 meters, 1,000 pieces of roller brush 4-inch high density industrial grade roller brush suitable for road marking paints, excellent water repellents, 200 bags of Portland cement 40 kilograms, 200 cubic meter of fine aggregate sand delivered, 2,271 liters of reflectorized traffic paint white, fast drying, high reflectance, weather resistant paint suitable for road and pavement markings, 757 liters of reflectorized traffic paint yellow, fast drying, high reflectance, weather resistant paint suitable for road and pavement markings, 600 gallons of epoxy sealer coat, excellent water repellents, 100 gallons of paint latex gloss white, water-based acrylic latex, high gloss finish paint suitable for a variety of surfaces, 100 gallons of paint enamel white, solvent-based high gloss or semi-gloss enamel paint suitable for both interior and exterior applications on wood and metal, with a total ABC of 3,270,719.12 with a delivery period of 30 calendar days. For the purchase of materials to be used for Premix patching and joint crack sealing of pavements along the national roads within the district, we have 120 metric tons of bituminous concrete surface reinforced hot laid and 70 drums of asphalt emulsified cation SS1 200 liters per drum, and a total ABC of 2,817,177 pesos with a delivery period of 60 calendar days. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Judy. And I open the floor for any questions and comments from the prospective bidders, from the back members. Hearing none, we will proceed with the requirements of bidding documents for goods. Review requirements of bidding documents. But first, we have the contractor shall use the prescribed standard forms posted in the field jobs and DPWH website and issued in the bid documents. Then the bidders are encouraged to have their bid documents neatly bound, paginated, properly sequenced, and provided with simple ear tags to facilitate examination of the bids. Each bidder shall submit one original of the technical proposal and one original of the financial proposal and clearly mark each open quotation, original technical proposal, close quotation, and open quotation, original financial proposal, close quotation. In addition, the bidder shall submit one copy of the technical proposal, the financial proposal, and clearly mark them copy number 1, that's technical proposal, and copy number 2, that's financial proposal. Bidders shall enclose their technical documents in one sealed envelope marked technical component, and the financial component in other sealed envelope marked financial component, sealing them all in an outer envelope marked bid. In the event of any discrepancy between the original and the copies, the original shall prevail. The bid shall be typed or written in ink and shall be signed by the bidder or its duly authorized representative. All envelopes shall, letter A, contain the name of the contract to be bid in capital letters. Letter B, bear the name and address of the bidder in capital letters. Letter C, be addressed to the procuring entity's back. And letter D, bear the specific identification of this bidding process. And letter E, bear warning, do not open the date, before the date and time for the opening of bids. Is there any questions and comments from our prospective bidders? From our back members? Hearing none, we will continue. criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification, and award. Letter A. The following person shall be eligible to participate in this bidding. A. Duly licensed Filipino citizens or sole proprietorships. B. Partnerships duly organized under the laws of the Philippines and of which at least 60% of the interest belongs to the citizens of the Philippines. Letter C. Corporations duly organized under the laws of the Philippines and of which at least 60% of the outstanding capital stock belongs to citizens of the Philippines. And letter D. Cooperatives duly organized under the laws of the Philippines. Letter E. Persons or entities forming themselves into a joint venture, open close parenthesis, JV. Example, a group of two or more persons or entities that intend to be jointly and severally responsible or liable for a particular contract, provided, however, that Filipino ownership or interest of the JV concerned shall be at least 60%. For this purpose, Filipino ownership or interest shall be based on the contributions of each of the members of the joint venture as specified in the joint venture agreement, open close parenthesis JVA, provided further that the primary purpose of each member of the JV must be similar to or related with the requirements of the project to be bid out. Letter F. The bidder must have completed within a period of 5 years from the submission of the bid, single largest completed contract, open close parenthesis SLCC, that is similar to the procurement project to be bid and whose value must be equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC, adjusted to current prices using the Philippine Statistics Authority, open close parenthesis PSA, consumer price indices. Bidders are allowed to present a combination of contracts completed within the same period, provided their total value is at least 50% of the ABC. Thus, the bidder should have completed at least one similar contract amounting to at least 25% of the ABC, and the bidder should have completed other contracts, whether similar or not, with an aggregate amount of at least 25% of the ABC. The bidder must submit a computation of its net financial contracting capacity, open close parenthesis NFCC, which must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid. If the bidder opts to submit a committed line of credit, it must be at least equal to 10% of the ABC to be bid, provided that, if issued by a foreign bank, it shall be confirmed or authenticated by a local bank. Letter B. Explanation of criteria for examination of bids. The DPWH will use non-discretionary pass-fail criteria in the preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, and post-qualification process. If the Bids and Awards Committee, open close parenthesis, BAC, determines that the bidder with the lowest calculated bid passes all the criteria for post-qualification, it shall declare that said bid as the lowest calculated responsive bid, LCRB, and shall recommend to the HOPE the award of the contract to the said bidder. The award criterion will be the lowest calculated responsive bid. Any questions or comments from our prospective bidders? The back members? Hearing none, we will proceed with the documents to be submitted by the bidder and reminders on the submission of bids or goods. We have letter A, the checklist of requirements of technical component. Letter A, valid and updated PhilJEP certificate of registration, platinum membership. The PhilJEP's certificate of platinum registration and membership must be updated with the current Class A eligibility documents covered under Section 20.2.9.1 of the IRR of RA 12009, and failure to comply results in the automatic suspension of its validity. Moreover, the submission of the updated Class A documents Example, registration certificate, mayor's and business permit, tax clearance, pickup license, and audited financial statements as part of the bid is no longer acceptable. Letter B, statement of the bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the procurement project. Letter C, the SLCC. Letter D, the NFCC computation and statement of total assets and liabilities, including latest audited financial statement duly stamped and received by the Bureau of Internal Revenue or by other accredited and authorized institutions or electronically received via BRR AFS-E submission system or committed line of credit with an equal amount to the ABC. Letter E, omnibus sworn statement. Letter F, valid joint venture agreement if applicable. Letter G, bid security which may, in the form of a bid securing declaration or any of the following. We have the form first, we have the cash or cashier's manager's check issued by a bank with a minimum amount of 2% of the ABC. Second will be a bank draft or guarantee or a revocable letter of credit issued by a bank, provided however that it shall be confirmed or authenticated by a bank if issued by a foreign bank with a minimum amount of 5% of the ABC. Number 3, surety bond, callable on demand, issued by a surety or insurance company, duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security with a minimum amount of 5% of the ABC. The bid security should be valid for 120 calendar days after the opening of bids. Bid validity shall be 120 calendar days after the opening of bids. Letter H, technical specifications. Letter I, production and or delivery schedule. Letter J, warranty certificate. Letter K, brochures of offered equipment. And letter L, secretary certificate and board resolution. Letter M, mayor's and or business permit issued by the city or municipality while the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located or its equivalent document. And letter N, tax clearance has been finally reviewed and approved by the BIR. Letter O, General Information Sheet, open close parenthesis, JIS, reflecting beneficial owner information, open close parenthesis 801, duly filed with and stamped received by the Securities and Exchange Commission and or SEC, applicable to the entities enumerated under Section 82 of the IRR, namely legal entities such as corporations, partnerships, private sector, organizations, foundations, and associations. Checklist of requirements of financial component. Letter A, duly signed bid prices in the price schedule for goods. Letter B, recurring and maintenance cost if applicable. The schedule of key procurement activities is shown. Procurement activities, buying of bid documents. Date and time of deadline will be 9 a.m. of April 8, 2026. Place of issue will be Office of the Procurement Unit, DPWH Bohol, 1st DEO, Pavements, City, Bohol. Receipt of bids. Deadline will be at 9:30 a.m. on April 8, 2026. And place is at Back Conference, DPWH Bohol, 1st DEO, Pavements, City, Bohol. The opening of bids will be on the 8th of April 2026 at 10 in the morning. Still, the place will be at the Back Conference Room, DPWH Bohol, 1st DEO, Pavements City. Late bids shall not be accepted. Bids will be opened in the presence of the bidder's representatives who choose to attend the opening of bids. Bidders shall pay the applicable fee in the amount listed in the table below for the bidding documents. For contract ID number 26GHA0001, the applicable fee is 5,000 pesos. For contract ID number 26GHA0002, applicable fee is 5,000 pesos. Bidders that downloaded the documents from the DPWH PhilJEP's website shall pay the fee upon submission of their bids. The Department of Public Works and Highways, Bohol 1st District Engineering Office, reserves the right to accept or reject any bid and to annul the bidding process anytime before the contract award without incurring any liability to the affected bidders. Bid submission shall be done manually. Reminders on the submission of bids. Bids shall be submitted by the bidder himself or his authorized liaison officer. As provided in section 54.1 of the IRR of RA 12009, bidders shall submit their bids through their respective duly authorized representatives. To further clarify, the bidder's representative must present a duly signed and notarized special power of attorney, open close parenthesis SPA, for sole proprietorship or board and or partnership and or joint venture resolution with secretary certificate for corporation, partnership, joint venture, and cooperatives. That is project specific, presented in hard copy. Failure to submit the documents mentioned above shall result in the bidder not being issued an order of payment nor being allowed to submit and or drop bid proposals. Any questions and comments from our prospective bidders? How about from our back members? Hearing none, let's proceed with the common reasons for bidders' disqualification. During preliminary examination of bids, the lacking documents and requirements, unauthorized documents, expired legal documents, PhilJEP certificate, pickup license, mayor's permit, tax clearance certificate, and brand name of goods offered not specified. During detailed evaluation of bids, as calculated, evaluated, amount exceeding the APC, incomplete or incorrect pay items of work, and during post-qualification process, failure to meet the required specifications. Any questions or comments from our prospective bidders? From our back members? Hearing none, let's open the floor for other matters. We have to have this emphasis of section 61.1 of IRR of RA 12009. Members of the BAC, its staff and personnel, secretariat, and TWG as well as observers are prohibited from making or accepting any communication with any bidder regarding the evaluation of their bids until the issuance of the notice of award. However, the BAC through its secretariat may ask the bidder in writing for clarification of its bid. All responses to requests for clarification shall be in writing. The DPWH Bohol 1st District Engineering Office reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare failure of bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to contract award in accordance with Section 70 of RA 12009 and its IRR without thereby incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. Summary of proceedings including supplemental bid bulletins to be issued. Both 26GHA0001 and 26GHA0002 have been issued Supplemental Bulletin Number 1, which provides updates on the schedule of the pre-bidding conference, the acquisition of bidding documents, the deadline of buying of bidding documents, the requirements for bidder representatives, and the electronic bid submission, open close parenthesis item 13 in the invitation to bid, open close parenthesis 1B. The Supplemental Bulletin Number 1 is issued to amend provisions in the bidding documents for the above stated contract as follows. Particulars: time of pre-bidding conference. Current provisions of bid documents is not stated, but per amended provision of the bid documents under the Supplemental Bulletin, time of pre-bidding conference is on the 26th of March 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Acquisition of bid docs not stated in current provisions, but per amendment, it is Monday to Thursday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And the deadline of buying of bid documents, which is also not stated in the current provision, is also dated on April 8, 2026 at 9 a.m. Requirement of unauthorized representatives, it's not stated in current provisions, but for amendments, we have the representative must present a duly signed and notarized special power of attorney, an SPA, for sole proprietorship or board and or partnership joint venture resolution with secretary certificate for corporation, partnership, joint venture, cooperative that is project specific, presented in hard copy, and failure to submit a copy of the documents mentioned above shall result in the bidder not being issued an order of payment nor being allowed to submit and or draft bid proposals. Number 5, electronic bid submission, item 13 in IP. Current provisions of bid documents, electronic bids, underscore Bohol first at dpwh.gov.ph. For amendment, it's not applicable. For further information, please refer to Engineer Mary Novelan F. Rasinis, Engineer 3, Procurement Head and or Head Back Secretariat, Procurement Staff, DPWH Bohol 1st District Engineering Office, the old District of Pilar City, Bohol 6300, with phone number 0384228317, local 62030, and an email address racines.mary@dpwh.gov.ph, and Engineer Julius Cesar G. Cadao, Engineer 3, Chief Planning and Design Section, Chairman, Bids and Awards Committee, DPWH Bohol 1st District Engineering Office, the old District of Pilar City, Bohol 6300, 038-422-8317, local 62021, and an email address of cadao.julius_cesar@dpwh.gov.ph. That ends our pre-bid conference for goods this afternoon.